Drop it.
And what's going on? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Yeah? Yeah? Good? Huh? Mic check. Mic check. Making sure we're good. All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So I'm having a little fun, right? Because guys, YouTube is just full of like copycats, and I just wonder, right? The title of this video is Trade NASDAQ Features Like a Pro, not a YouTuber. I was inspired by this. Here we go. Well, here we go. We got Patrick Weiland, live day trading NASDAQ futures, the biggest, right? And then, guys, oh my God, we could do Rich Capital. This is hilarious. Who's copying who? Live day trading NASDAQ futures go huge. Yeah, right along the same lines, everyone's pretty much just copying each other on YouTube. No one's really being unique. No one really offers much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I have a lot of respect, right? I have a lot of respect for Reg Capital. However, what we do here is unique, entirely unique. What we do here, because we make trading accessible to all. So what we're going to do here is going to be a little bit different. A little bit different than what you guys are used to. I'm simply going to trade. I'm going to trade. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to explain. How about that? Right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trade. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to explain. Too many times, guys, I find myself in the hole for you. It's just really, really wild. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do what I do. Well, yeah, I have microbeams. You guys saw my ad though, right? I do a lot of motorcycle bids and other stuff. Okay, so anyways, do not follow what I do here, guys. There is a lag. There is a delay. We will be resuming study hall where you can, in fact, do this. But I'm going to be really, really fast with it. Please do not try this at home, but I will explain my every move. Hopefully gather something from it. In 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Guys, what we're looking at here is VWAP, right? And we have a no trade zone. Of course, we have some gray candles here, right? Now, what we're looking at and what I'm looking at here is, oh my God. Oh my God. Approaching VWAP, got rejected there. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and buy into this, right? Now we're in this trade. We're going to zoom into this trade. I'm only 3 contracts in. And what I'm going to do is schedule my exit. Okay. We're going to schedule the exit. I need to schedule my exit. Why? Because if we don't schedule an exit, then we end up holding for no freaking reason. Okay. Now, someone asked, Gabe, what's your stop? Well, my stop, honest to God, my stop is the whole chart. Let me explain. Okay, if my allocation is 20 contracts, my max allocation, right? And I go ahead and say, okay, I'm only going to go in with 3. That gives me more room on the chart to digest oscillation. That's why we're trading small, right? Again, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So here we go. We see, hey, Gabe, we got the rejection. We got the rejection from VWAP there, as expected. Okay. Now what we have here is if we look at the band, we have potentially a bounce on the band. Now the band hasn't turned yellow. What I can do here is I'm just going to go ahead and buy some more, right? And what I'm going to do is dollar cost average out to a lower loss, okay, or a lesser loss. Okay, that's at least my intention. Usually works for me, right? Sometimes it works against me, but I'm only looking at a $2,000 loss relative to my port. Now, if we were doing MAQs, this would be a much smaller loss. Guys, I'm showing you processes of how I'm thinking and what I'm thinking. Yesterday people were saying like, "Oh, are you still in a trade? What are you doing?" I'm still in a trade, but I'm averaging in. I'm dollar cost averaging in because I did not use a full allocation. Okay. And here we got a yellow line here, right? We get the break of the yellow line, at least for me. That's when I exit the trade. And I'm not going to lose my cool. I'm cool as a cucumber. Why? Because I know I'm not spread thin with 6 contracts. The name of the game here with trading, guys, is to make sure that you're not spread thin so that the loss is the loss. Okay. You accept the loss for what it is. And some people, if you cannot digest taking a $3,500 loss, which most of you can't, then you have to go ahead and look at your port size and say, okay, I need to trade way smaller so that this loss looks like $35. So it looks like $50. Okay. But more importantly, you have to be able to trade with a size that you absolutely don't care about. You have to make sure you don't care about this trade. How many times have you guys seen me just talking to you, chilling or whatever? I'm not even looking at my trade. And I understand some people say like, well, that's sus. You're not looking at the trade. Well, for me, I have no control of the markets. I have a general idea where the market's going, but I have no control of the markets. I really don't care. Okay. I know that the market's going to go in my favor 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Now, what you gather from this lesson is do not trade near a primary level. What is that primary level? We have a primary level at VWAP. We have a primary level at the 200, right? Some may even use GG500 as a primary level. These are levels where you probably don't want to trade against. Okay, we have price levels that we are made aware of on the chart, and the price levels are marked here in yellow. I don't know if you guys could see it too much. I have it light yellow so it doesn't just overwhelm my chart. And then I marked levels here, guys, which I found previous trading days, right? Whenever price action goes into zones where there are no levels or I can't identify a level, I zoom out and I mark my level. So, you know, my average win is at or about $12,000 a trade, right? So when I'm thinking about this, I could only allow myself truly to lose about 6. Okay. So that for me is my magic number. When you guys go ahead and use your TradeZella stats, you always want to keep track of your average win. Why? Because your average win is in fact your cadence. Your average win is where you're psychologically prompted to take the trade, take profit on the trade, right? That's where you're psychologically prompted. So whatever your win is, you have to look at your loss and then bring it down, right? Bring it down to try to get it half as much. Does it make sense? Oh my God, allergies are kicking my ass today. But does that make sense? Right? You have a data set of what you typically, your cadence, what you typically take profits at. Now, your losses need to be half of that. And that's where your patience comes in, right? That's where your tolerance comes in. Like, I know where my loss has to be. Now, if I don't want to hit my loss, my psychological loss, or half that number, half of my profit, you follow me so far? If I don't want to hit that number often, then I have to trade smaller, right? And then allow myself to capture trades that prompt me to hold longer. Okay. Now I work with a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys aren't holding more than 3.5, 5 minutes. A lot of you guys are just not. Right. So there's a reason for that. When your losses are too big, you're more inclined to take profit sooner. So when our losses are smaller, we're actually more inclined to hold on to our winners. It's actually the inverse. Okay. I want you guys to give it a shot. Truly give it a shot. Okay. Jesse asks how far back. Usually I'm going to go back 3 to 5 days to find a level. Okay. Here we are. We're just hanging out here, guys. You see, I'm not freaking out. It's $3,000. It's really nothing for me to freak out about. What this does is because I traded so small, I allow myself time to see the market's hand. Now we can see the market's hand right here where it's just hanging above. We have to see this here. Look at this. It is hanging above the STB line, bouncing, oscillating right here. Now it's really forcing me to say, hey, Gabe, take a closer look, get out the trade. Okay, so I'm going to get out the trade. Now what I'm going to do, right, because I have enough evidence that it's coming on down, I rejected from the VWAP, I then have to go ahead and go south with it, right? I have enough evidence, right? We got the pinching of the band. Do not try this, guys. We have STB suggesting down, and we have more room to the downside than to the upside, right? So this could be a move on up and a rejection. Now, the way I'm going to do this, right? The way I'm going to do this is if I'm going to go south, I want to get the best deal. So I'm actually going to buy high to sell low. It's the actual inverse, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again. I'm going to start with 3. We're going to go south with 3, right? Then I'm going to add, all right? Zoomed in here. Doesn't look like much, right? Like, well, Gabe, you lost 7,000. Well, here we go. We're gonna make it up here. Right. And so what I allowed the market to do, I gave it enough time to show its hand, right? And we're gonna see if this in fact here is just gonna be chop chop. Okay. I'm trading small enough to get a feel for the market. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and say, well, my risk is going to be at or about the same, which is going to be 6K. Why? Because I have a 2-to-1. So if I get draw down to at or about 6K, which I lost 5K in the previous trade, if I draw down to another 6K, well, then that means my next trade, if I win, 2-to-1, 12K, I break even. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is illustrate that you want to play the math, right? It doesn't matter really which direction you guys are going. You can go north, you can go south, but whatever you're doing, is it playing the math? Okay. So there we go. That's all we're going to do, is play the math. Now, I could go ahead and go really, really large to get out of this trade really, really, really soon, and then play the math. The trade is like, hey, Gabe, gotcha. So I have to go ahead and discount my risk, which means I got out of this trade. So this trade is like, I gotcha. All right. Now, what did we just prove here? We have a bunch of gray candles. Should I have been taking those trades? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Should I have been taking those trades? Yes or no? Now, it doesn't matter to me because I could go ahead and do a full allocation right now and just make all that money back. It's like 7K. No, I'm glad we got answers here. We should not have been taking that. We were getting gray candles inside of VWAP. VWAP was red, okay? Now I'm going to show you guys what it should have been initially, right? So I discounted my risk on the first trade. I am now back in a trade. I'm going bullish now, right? And I'm in this trade, and I'm a little more aggressively allocated, but I am not, guys. Again, full allocation. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so here we go. Now let's have some fun. Did we prove it that you should be trading with gray candles? Yes, I think we did. We proved it. Now it really is time to have some fun, right? We're like, okay, well, we got gray candles. We should be trading in gray candles. We're looking for something actionable. We're looking for the break of VWAP. We had the break of VWAP. And let me bring it on over here so you guys could see what we're talking about here. Okay. Well, there we go. Display 2. There you go. Right. So we got a gray candle here. We're waiting for that break of VWAP. We have basically no trade zones here. This is trend tracker, no trade zones. We try to break VWAP, bunch of gray candles. There's a lot of evidence here, right? To not force trades, to not take trades that you're hitting a level. And the difference between the idiots of YouTube, right, and pro traders is that we always submit to the evidence. And we're always looking for a reason not to take a trade. Now, I have to take these trades because I'm a YouTuber and I have to demonstrate. But honest to God, like, as long as you submit to the system that we created here, we said don't take trades. And so you guys are able to collectively say, hey, Gabe, don't take that trade. It's a great candle. It's me well. Don't do it. Okay. So I'm really not too worried about this trade here. The market's sort of kind of like settled. And so it is in my best interest. It is in my best interest to go ahead and play my game. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to play my game. Now, we'll let the market develop, right? This is a game of patience now. If you don't have patience, guys, if you don't have patience, you're not going to make money in this market. This is a game of patience. How many of you have found yourself when you first started trading, it was like, I got to make my money. I'm going to jump right in. I'm super excited. I want to make my money. I want to make more money. I'm going to make money. It's all about money. You're just like, you're doing anything and everything to make money. You almost kind of look like what I look like this morning, right? Where you're just going up and then going down, maybe chasing a candle, right? We're chasing candles or we get beat up by rejections. We're doing all that, right? Getting way too excited. But guys, we clearly have that those candles saying don't take the trade. It's clear. Clearly, don't take the trade. So the difference between, let's say, the YouTuber and the guys understand, maybe, I don't know, maybe he does it for entertainment purposes, but if someone's losing their cool and just going into, just an absolute rage while they're trading, while they're trading, they're losing control. And if you're losing control here, you're going to lose control over here, 100%. So the game is to always make sure that when you're trading that this is under control, right? And absolutely, trading should be boring. It should be boring. 100%. It should be boring as hell. Yeah. And when you make money, it should create that sense of euphoria that excites you so much that it compels you to go back into the markets. That's another thing, right? So the difference between YouTube traders and I guess pro traders is immediately it's just control of the emotion. That's what it is. It's just having absolute control of your emotions. And so I guess the question is, who made money already? Who made money already? You got some people making money. You got some people who are being patient. Dope, dope, dope. Right. Sitting out. You didn't like it. You're waiting. No trades. You're waiting. Dude, again, flat is a position. When you got no cash in the game, that is a position, right? Buy, sell, flat, that's a position. So why would we go flat? It is an actual question, guys. Why would we go flat? Well, we would go flat when we identify one, there's too much volatility. Two, we missed a trade, right? How many times you miss a trade or this, trade happens and you just get excited. And it really is a decision on whether you're going to go long or short or damn it, I'm going to go flat. Flat, in fact, is the way to go. The way to go. Sometimes flat is the way to go. Let's see. Going against the trend, That can be a thing. Well, it is a thing. Why here, what you guys are seeing, right, is like if we're trusting everything, first we got to trust VWAP. We've got to trust that this thing is rejected from VWAP. We could see like how price action was coming up into VWAP, and then we had those signals, the yellow STB line, like, hey, maybe get out, right? You hit VWAP again, and then you get another STB line saying like, hey, get out. Now we got a candle that crosses that the band there, right? So now the band is pivoting down, right? And then when we look at our thesis, we see that our thesis, guys, look at your genie, look at your thesis. Your thesis is saying what? Everybody, we're on the same page here. What is your thesis saying? No. When we look at the thesis, it says bear. It says bearish, bearish. That's what it says. No trade. Yes, it says no trade, and it says bearish. And guys, we're talking about the forward trend, bearish, right? The band, everything is bearish. The thesis is bearish. The 4-hour trend is gray. There you go. It's bearish. Bearish. It's saying bearish, but there aren't confluences. Guys, why aren't there confluences? We go ahead and say everything is bearish, but then we got gray candles, right? So we could do our reads, but the candles aren't green. The candles aren't green. The candles are not green. Boring. It's boring. Just boring. Candles aren't agreeing. It's just boring here. So what do we do here, guys? Got gray candles. Gray candles are not agreeing. We don't have red candles. We have the band, and we have everything saying we're rejecting from VWAP. We have the yellow line. Yes, we have the band. Exactly. We wait. I'm like looking here, and I'm like, I forget I'm here. Yes. Wait for the trade down or the break of VWAP. Exactly. Got to be patient. You sit on your hands. Yeah, sit on your hands. There's nothing to do. So let's go ahead and just explain out the system. Let's get a sense of it. I think that's really, really important to get a sense of the system and what it is in fact doing, right? And how you would go ahead and say, all right, you guys ready? Yeah, I live on a 5. I live on a 5 always. Okay. But I want to show you guys something. Okay. I want to show you guys something. Let me see if I can get this set up the right way. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this here. And we're staying living on a 5, right? Because what happens is if you go smaller than 5, then you're zooming in. You're zooming in, you're not really getting the whole picture, right? So if we go down to the 1, we're zooming in. But anyways, we're looking at the 5 here, and what we're seeing, all right, this is just a breakdown of how, right, of how we could do things here, right? Let's go ahead and get my mouse on over here. Okay. So we have our trade design right here. So this trade design alert, guys, if we get it on the close, if you guys set up your trade design alert and you get it on the close, then it's going to prepare you for trend tracker down here. And trend tracker is going to go ahead and mind you guys, I understand this is pre-market. I'm just showing you guys how this system works. Now, trend tracker is going to go ahead and ride you all the way down to here, right? At or about, that's where you make your money, right? This yellow area. Okay, so now, for those who want to trade the band, right? They're like, yeah, let's trade the band. Well, when you go ahead and trade the band, you get the break up here, right? And then that break is confirmed, green band and gray candles. Now, guys, the gray candles, preferably, right? It just happens to work out this time, but preferably we stay away from gray candles because gray candles are a signal of lights. What do gray candles signal? Too much noise, chop. That's what gray candles signal. Yes. Okay. So if gray candles are signaling that, indecision, don't trade, is signaling chop, that's what gray candles are signaling, right? So then we have our candle read, right? Now our candles aren't going to go ahead and turn green instantaneously, okay? Because they're not. But we know if we got some gray candles, especially coming into a level like, let's say, VWAP, well, we should be taking a trade, right? And although this here might go ahead and trigger you to take an entry to the upside, right? Let's just imagine and how many other times this has happened where you jump in on a great candle and get chopped up anyways, right? So what we're doing here is we know we got a great candle, and then we know we have an area of interest. This is our second read. Now what's happening down here at Trend Tracker? It's saying don't take a trade, right? It's a no trade zone. It's a no trade zone. Now, without the system telling you, okay, why would it be a no trade zone? Just curious. Does anybody know why it would be a no trade zone? You know, if you're and guys, you would really have that answer if you're in fact. Okay. Good answers. Good answers. Below the 200. Okay. Below the 200. It's one of the reasons, right? Cool. One of the reasons is being below the 200. Okay. What is the next reason? Actually, good point too. Right. Below the 200, no trade design. Okay. So now you guys don't see it on my chart. You don't see it on the chart here, right? Maybe I should put it up there, bring it back. But what's the next level that we're concerned with? Because you guys don't see the 200. In fact, let me go ahead and just update this. Right. Update this here. Jesus. We're going to update to the latest version. All right. Okay. So now that we're updated here to the latest version, we're going to show G2500. This is right there. So waiting. Okay. So now we have G2500 basically up here. It's not the right G2500. Why is it? Well, it doesn't even matter. Next up, what we want, we're looking for, okay, the levels stuck between moving averages to 48. That's actually the right answer. That's actually a good answer. So let me go ahead and let's see what was here. What I should, oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be honest here. We have an update to not only Trend Tracker, but GT500. All right, here we go. Ta-da! The moment of truth. Well, we were all waiting for. Now we have, damn it went away, right? We had a trade design up with a green candle up, right? We're going to see if that presents itself again. Let's see if that presents itself again. We're above VWAP, right? We're also above, guys, you don't have the latest update, but we're also above the new GT500, right? I have it on my chart here. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can show you guys here. Let me show you guys here. You're also going to see where my entry was, right? So here we go. Right here, I'm on the other. Okay, so now I'm above VBOP. I'm also above GT500 here, right? And now I have a level and the 200 there. But now that I'm winning, okay, um, I can do a couple of things here. Now that I'm winning, I can go ahead and let's say I can add to my trade, or I can make this absolutely free. Okay, those are my options right now. Make it absolutely free, but just take my stop, put it right here, right? Or trust that we have a continuation and I make more money. That's what we're doing here, right? So I went ahead, took my losses, right? So that I could be ready for my winner based on the rules. Guys, okay, what does this highlight? Most importantly, I want to show you guys something, right? Oh my God. Yeah, this highlights how powerful this system truly is. Why? Because I didn't have to take any of this, right, guys? Who would agree with me that I didn't have to take any of this? I did not have to do this. I could have just waited for this. Right around. I didn't have to explain anything and say, okay, well, there's a no trade zone and this, that, and the other, right? We didn't have to do that. All we had to do was literally just wait for that, right? And so this is flickering. We have some uncertainty there. It's flickering, right? This GT here's updated version, guys. We will be pushing this out to the general public, okay? So what are we seeing here? We're seeing that rejection from GT, right? There we go. Now it's changed. Okay, cool. Now we get a trade design back. It's all a matter of patience. And then when guys, when we go to when we look at this chart here, you see that they have a level there, marked off a level. Based on what I know about my system and my chart, right, and what the system in the chart does, there's absolutely no reason for me to take. Absolutely no reason for me to take these worthless trades. So Hot Potato and I were up to like about 3 in the morning Eastern time, working on the update for GT500. So give the man some time to roll it out to the community. Okay. I feel like this is far more powerful, right? And if we all would have just waited for the setup, we would have made a good deal of money. So I think we proved the point, guys, that maybe gray candles are pointless. Who agrees? Gray candles are pointless. We got a green candle. We have trend tracker green. We're above GT500 here. The only thing, right, we're looking to do now is hit the 200. Right. So I just proved to you the difference between YouTubers and pro traders. right? Pro traders have a system. They stick to the system. Guys, if you're not getting consistent results, it's because you're not following the system. Ryan, I'm talking to you, right? You're making exceptions. You're constantly making exceptions for the system. And it was crazy though, right? Because what I was doing the whole time was really just talking up gray candles, talking up the channel, right? Um, but that really means nothing. That means nothing until we actually get a trade design and everything in confluence and told that, hey, it's time to go. Okay. Unfortunately, again, what YouTubers do and what I just did, and I wasted your time for a good 40 minutes, was just give you fucking commentary. I wasted your fucking time because nothing matters until we get a trade design. You guys want to zoom in? That's the difference, boys and girls. Commentary is pointless unless it's making you money. Right now, I'm making money. So trade the setups, guys. Don't trade the exceptions that we make in our mind. Don't trade the commentary that we create for ourselves. We trade the system. Make sense? Jesse Griffiths, we're not gonna, I don't want to like ignore your question here, but it's going to be highly irrelevant once the update gets pushed out. So I could be a YouTuber and just talk about like what the market's doing and, just give causation and, cause effect, all that nonsense. I can't do all that. Just make, constantly like validating our thesis, right? It's just nonsense. Guys, trading's boring. Did we not agree that trading's boring? Come on. Trading's boring. I didn't have to worry about my gray candles or the break of VWAP or anything like that. All I needed to do was wait for this setup. There didn't need to be a commentary about it. All that needed to be said was wait for the setup. That's it. Right? But the reason why nobody takes the system seriously, right, is because like, oh, it can't be that easy. Well, I just showed you guys how easy this is for 27K. You guys always wondering like how I'm posting such big gains? It's because yes, it's the system here. I'm not gonna go ahead and like just try to create some story that doesn't exist, right? Guys, here, objectively, we were down, were we not? Here, gray zone, right? We got X's here on trend tracker. Cool. Here, we're green, right? Yes, we got green bars on trend tracker. We're going up. Are we making money? Yes, we are. That's simple. That's simple. Anybody impressed? Anybody impressed? Come on, be honest. Who's impressed? Who's impressed? Come on. Read my ego. Read my ego. Yes, I'm a YouTuber. I need my ego fed. I need you guys to know the best YouTuber on earth. I'm the best trader on earth. Read my ego. And honestly, that's That's really the difference, right? I don't need you guys to feed my ego. But, right? I don't need anyone to feed my ego because when I'm out in the real world, my ego is getting slaughtered every which way. Think anybody's taking me seriously when I go ahead and say I want to buy an Aston Martin? Not the first time. Not the first time. Maybe the second time. Oh, Gabe, you're back. Third time? It's like, now I'm on your call list. Gabe, we got this in stock. You want to come buy it? Right? My ego's always getting destroyed. Do I look like a trader? No, I'm a drug dealer. My ego's always getting destroyed. Live in a community, predominantly white. Sorry. Man, my white people, I love you. But predominantly white. My ego's constantly being destroyed. At the end of the day, I'm not on YouTube for you guys to worship me and for me to build my ego. That's what the other kumquat's doing. That's the Patrick Wyland, right? I'm here to actually make a difference in people's lives, right? That's the difference. You guys ain't paying my bills. That's also a fact. It's just a fact. I don't need you guys to pay my bills. I could disappear. I just flat out disappear. But that's why I don't. That's why I don't push prop firms. I don't really care about affiliate money, and I'm not going to put you guys down the road or path of self-destruction. I'm just not going to do that. Right? I figure I teach you guys how to trade, make your money, change your lives that way. Prop firms ain't going to do it. So prop firms is selling the dream of changing your life. I'm telling you exactly with my chart how to fucking do it. Make the difference. It's a big difference. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. Prop firms are like, yeah, you can make all this money. You can. I'm showing you, you will. I'm showing you, you will, if you follow the system. How many indicators do we use? We use, there's three indicators. We're using GT Legends, Titan GT, and then Trend Tracker. Now, what Hot Potato's doing is like, okay, if you want alert for Trend Tracker because it's super, super powerful, right? You can set alerts, and that's what people like day trades are doing, right? They just go about their day, and then they set their alerts. They come back like, oh, high probability setup, make my money. Um, and what we've also done, think about this too, right? Is what we've also done is we've compressed a lot of indicators so that you don't hit like your max threshold on TradingView, and then have to buy like the next tier. So shout outs to Hot Potato for making that happen. Yeah. Now, next question here is, it works with the stock market. Miguel, let's see. Okay, it works with stock market. It works with crypto. It works with anything that moves. It works with anything that moves. You can damn near use it for options. Okay. Let me go ahead. Want an example? Do you guys want an example of it working with stocks? We could do NVIDIA, right? By the way, let me just set my stop here, guys, while I go ahead and venture off into the world of stocks and then into bread here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set my stop. I really don't care. Well, I do care if today's a green day, but 23,000 is not my number. I want more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So my stop is there. And then we're gonna do stocks. Okay, so let me set my stop, guys. I'll show you that it works. Right there. Okay, cool. Right there. We're good there. Cool. All right. Now let's do stocks. And let's do, all right. Someone throw me a stock. All the new people, actually, new guy. What stock would you like me to look at? Anybody want me to look at a stock? What stock? What stock is it? Outro? No, hell no. You better not give me a penny stock. I placed my stop just above my break even. Anybody want to know? This is where my stop is. It's just, that's my stop. That's right above break even. Palantir? Oh boy. There we go. All right, we're going to do Palantir. We're going to do Tesla. Okay, you guys ready? All right, Philip. Okay, Palantir. Oh, yeah. Looked like it worked, right? Did it work? We had a great candles and then boom, it worked, right? Okay, let's do Tesla. Tesla, still giving us great candles. Nothing to do here because it's still giving us great candles. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Sophie. Let's do Sophie or is it SoFi? SoFi Technologies. Look at this here. We got nothing going on. Nothing going on. Imagine the competitive advantage you have or the edge that you have when you only take trades when you have that edge, kind of like what we did with NQ. We could do this with the S. Let's see what it looked like with the S. No, ES, a little later to the party here, but this is ES, right? How about gold? Let's go to GC. We do gold. What did that do? Oh my God. Clearly, guys, clearly, chop. No? I mean, it tried right here. It got you in, told you get out at or about this candle right there. Then we got gray here, which says no. We then have green here, which is, hey, give it a shot. You're inside of the levels. And then right here, you were told, hey, look it, get out. We tried, nothing to do here. How about oil? Anyone trading CL? We can break this down. CL, doing more of the same. CL, we see. We got an entry here. We're told to get out here. Of course, you hit the top. Guys, look at this. You hit the top of VWAP and GT500 here. That's why you got the rejection. Then we finally get the break here, right? So guys, should we be going bullish against the trend? No, we should be going bearish. Should we go bullish here? No, we're supposed to go bearish, but we get the break here. Now we have permission to go bullish, right? Do not trade against this. Really, don't do that. Okay. Let's see. Let's do GME. Another stock, right? GME. Don't ever let your options expire worthless again. You know exactly when to get in. Wow. Right? AMC. What the fuck are you doing? This will constantly like tell you like, hey, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Right? Bunch of gray here, X's here, red here. It's coming down, but it's consolidating. What are we even doing here? Right. So guys, the system's done what it has to do. Period. No. Yeah. Proof enough. Christopher, the numbers under the candles are supposed to give you like relative to the average, right? So when we go ahead and we look at typical bullish, average bullish candles 9, average bearish candles 8, right? So when you get those numbers, you're like, okay, well, we've been in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. The average trade is lasting 9 bullish candles. And anybody wants to go ahead and count my pockets. Let's zoom on in. What is that, boys and girls? What is that? For those who want to count my pockets, how much is that? I don't use future. I use prop firms, man. I use my own money, bro. Wonderlum says, are we using VWAP for entries? No, it's part of the whole entire thing. It's part of the whole entire landscape. It's part of everything. I don't care about the trade, guys. 40, 49, 50. Hey, if we go up to my level, maybe that's 70K. Oh boy. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys something. Here we go. Let me show you guys something. That level's been there all morning, right? You guys saw me talking about this. That level here was there all morning. Yeah. Oh well. Hey guys, look. It might be impressive, the money I make. It's really not. I don't need you guys to build my ego. What I need you guys to do is understand that it's possible for you to be successful in markets, right? And what we've done is created the system that is designed to help you both mechanically and psychologically. Okay. So you're not running around like fucking Patrick Wyland, losing his cool, looking like a madman, right? What broker am I into? Well, what broker I use is TradeAvade. And then I pair it to TradingView. Yeah. Guys, use your own money if you can. Get away from prop firms. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Peaky Blinder. So Peaky Blinder, another great example. You guys know Peaky Blinder, right? In the Discord. So Peaky Blinder couldn't pass a prop firm for the life of him. Just couldn't. And now he's up $25,000 in his own cash since February. Since February. This is a man who was just, again, with an English accent, right? He was like, I can't really get it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I wouldn't even think, like, damn, you know? Say no to drugs, boys or girls. You know, like you would just see how animated he was, right? We could just see he was passionate and he expected better for himself. What he really didn't understand is those prop firms. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Apex, Take Profit, Trader, or whoever the fuck. Those guys are in the business to make money through your failure. They're not in the business. No one's banking on the fact that you're a great trader. I want you guys to think about that for a second. No one's betting on the fact that you're a great trader. Those guys are not, they're not like, hey, come over and be a great trader with us. That's their money. See, but really trust a YouTuber who's sitting on overjoyed. Now, granted, I had an affiliate link after Apex saturated the whole fucking entire community. I was just like, okay, what are we going to do? Here's your affiliate link. And then I decided, like, no, I removed all those affiliate links, or they should be removed. And I'm anti-prop firm. It's just can't do it, right? The amount of stress that it causes you, and then when you sign up for Longevity Club, and then I'm trying to coach you, the amount of stress it causes me, fucking not worth it. 100% not worth it. And the guys are bringing up valid points right in the chat. Apex is always on sale. Why is that? Right? They're not making their money off of you guys making 100K. They're making their money off of you guys buying 20 accounts, getting excited that you passed them. They're going ahead and spending, right? So it's 90% off 20 accounts. You copy trade them, you pass them. Where's all the money? The money's on activating them into the live funded accounts. How much is that? How much is that, guys? What is that, like $100 or something like that or more? Is that like $100 or more? There are a lot of you to trade Apex. What is that? Just to go live. So like, it's $150. Shit. Now I gotta spend $3,000 to go live. Think about that. All they want to do is get you guys to buy 20 accounts so you can be excited when you pass. They carry that excitement on over. You then say, okay, well, if I could do 20 accounts this way, if I could do it like this, then I can certainly do 20 in a live. Most people can't, right? Because of the emotions. Now it becomes very real. And so now that's $3,000 down the fucking toilet. And the guys are getting wrecked here, man. So anyways, I think I'm done. I think I proved the point. Get your money, keep your money. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Who learned something today? That's the only validation I'm seeking, guys. I need to make sure that, people are actually learning something. They're learning something great. That's really all I want to know. I'm asking you guys to be learning something. I accidentally posted that on the chat. I'm dumb. That's it. result the chat here. But yeah, I don't need validation. I just need to make sure I need to be validated that you guys actually learned something. That's it. All right. So we're signing out. We're good. You guys happy? Is it flipping back down? I don't know. I don't know until it does. Guys, you will be better served reacting to what the market does as opposed to speculating what the market does, right? So we were speculating that, hey, look it, we got great candles and we're gonna break VWAP. We speculated that, right? And then we rejected from it. We speculate, oh my god, it's gonna go down, right? But that's right, why it was great candles. It was neutral. It wasn't a trade zone. So what we do is we don't speculate. We trade what the chart tells us. We trade what the chart tells us. And I guess I put my money where my mouth is, right? So you guys, I closed that previous trade and then I'm like, okay, chart still going up, right? I take an extra 1,000 something. I believe it's still going up. I take 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000, whatever. I'm going to take it. Going up still. I believe it's still going up. Why? Because the candles are still green. Because trend tracker is still green. Why did VWAP become part of the chart? Oh my god, people. It's part of okay. This is why y'all gotta come on over to Trade Camp. I got another Trade Camp in May. May 23rd. I got another Trade Camp. Those who attended this past weekend had a blast and you truly understand. You guys just sitting here just I don't know. I don't know. Anyways. Um yeah. I'm down here. I think I gave you out more than I deserve. Um, DM me. DM me for May Trade Camp, guys. Trust me. Trust me. There's so much I could teach you that I just can't on YouTube. Like, honestly. You will walk out of there feeling refreshed. Your psychology evolved. Right? There you go. X-ray. Torres. He was just there. Trade Camp, totally worth it. We refresh you. We work on your psychologies and all that such. So yes. Are we done? I think we're done. Now if I could just find out where the freak guys have way too many monitors here. I'm just like, where's my screen? Raise demand. Let's see. Oh, nice, nice. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I'm glad you learned. I'm glad you learned a lot. Right. Okay. Peace out, guys. I gotta hit the button there.